What is your nobody will ever believe this story? Story 12. Myself and a few friends were getting chased by who we think were cops. We're wearing plain clothes and didn't see them come from a police car, but they yelled police. Late at night after knock and running on multiple houses in the same street. We ran through a park to try and lose them, but they stayed about 20 meters behind us the whole time. We ran through a gap of houses onto a street and turned down it. I was in front of my friends by about 5 meters, so I didn't see that they ducked in behind a house behind me. I ran about 4 houses further along but was completely gassed, so I just went into the front yard of the house next to me and hid behind a car in the driveway. The two guys walked past 10 seconds later saying things like, "Wow, they really thought we were cops," and stuff like that to try and lure us out. They walked to the end of the dead-end street and turned around and walked past me as a police car came around the corner with a torch out the window. The guys then jumped into the yard next to me and laid on the ground hiding behind a bush, and I could see them clearly. The cop car did a lap of the street slowly, then drove away. I then foolishly jumped up after 10 seconds and went, "Wow, you guys tricked us," basically believing their story that they were just fucking with us. Even though looking back, I wonder how did that cop car know to search that exact street at the exact time. Anyway, I looked in the yard next to mine and they were gone. I was talking loudly as well, so if they were nearby hiding, they'd come out and bust me, but they were nowhere to be seen. I had 100% seen them hiding next to me, and they didn't jump into the cop car because I heard no doors open or close and the car never went under 10 km/h when going down the street. They didn't run behind the house they hid in front of because I was positioned behind them and would easily see if they got up and walked past me, and they didn't run into the street because they would have definitely been seen by the car and myself. I looked around that street for 5 minutes, but my friends had already jumped the back fence of the house they were behind and assumed I'd done the same, and I didn't even know specifically what house they were behind. Then 5 minutes later, I hear people talking from pretty far away. I'm standing next to a house, so I'm covered by darkness, but it's the two guys who chased us walking down the street where the cop car came from about 150 meters away. I'm sitting there amazed because before that I assumed they must have magically snuck behind the house they were in front of, which would have led right back to the park where they first appeared and started chasing us from. But this was the complete opposite direction, so it wouldn't make sense to go that far only to walk back to where you came from on the exact same path just 5 minutes later. They walked past me as I was hiding, just talking and laughing, but not saying anything about what just happened. I explained to my friends later how they just vanished from the yard next to me and appeared 5 minutes later with no explanation possible, and they just said, "Wow, that's crazy," but I know it's just because they don't want to be rude and say I'm crazy.